This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system. Beep. Hey there, welcome back to a new episode of Todd's Takes, and I do believe this is the very first one for the year of 2026, even though it is already, as of the time of this recording, the month of June. 2026 is just flying by. Time goes so quick, especially when you are busy, so hopefully, I hope all of you guys out there have been doing well so far in 2026, but let's get into it, what we are talking about today. So, this video is actually going to be a little bit late. I was hoping to actually record this soon after that recent Shizuoka hobby show that happened just, 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it's already into June now, so a lot of stuff to cover that's been released so far that is upcoming and expected to be released soon. See at the Shizuoka hobby show, and we will be starting, of course, with the Bandai booth. Compared to the year before, where we had the preview of the first time we saw that brand new perfect grade new Gundam, I really felt this year's the Bandai booth was kind of a bit maybe not exactly terribly too exciting in terms of what they previewed for new releases. We did get to see a couple of new things. They did have the Master Grade, the Astray Red frame, which is going to be releasing in December of this year. If you are a Seed fan, if you're an Astray fan, you are probably looking forward to that one, but not exactly my cup of tea. From the Gundam X series, though, we did get to see some 2 new HG high-grade kits that are on the way, which will be releasing also towards the end of this year. They had the Gundam Ashtaron, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and the Gundam Versago. So those were 2 new kits that I don't actually remember them showing off previously before this show, and that was kind of really pretty much it for the new announcements at the show that I remember that I didn't remember hearing about anywhere before. But for other kits that we did hear about before the show, we did finally get to see the Master Grade SD Kshatriya, which was shown in the flesh for the first time that I've actually seen at this show. So that's probably, for everything that they showed at the Bandai booth this year at the show, that is probably the one kit that I am personally looking forward to the most. There's already been a couple of MGSD kits that have been released, and this is going to be the biggest of all of the MGSD kits so far. So that one is really kind of exciting, and I'm looking forward to that one being released as well. But now, I do want to break off and talk about a couple of things that were not shown at the Shizuoka Hobby Show and are not actually model kits, but they are going to be coming from Bandai, and these are going to be in their Chogoken and whatnot. First up, the metal structure New Gundam, which was released originally back in 2019, I believe, and it has had one reissue before previously, issued for a second time. So that's kind of interesting to see. Although unfortunately the stock for this item is really quite extremely limited, as we saw with the previous reissue. But it is kind of interesting to see Bandai is continuing to reissue these metal structure kits, and that kind of leads me to wonder, will they at some point reissue the Sazabi as well? Because the Sazabi kit has actually never been reissued once, but that kit also, just due to the size of it compared to the new Gundam and the cost of that kit. So it kind of makes me wonder, will this thing ever be reissued? But also, speaking of other expensive stuff, and this is an item that just went up for pre-order just the other week, and this is going to be from Macross, the DX Chogoken SDF-1, this huge battle fortress. Now this thing is cool. The price for this one was just right at about Yuan, which is I think it converts to about $650 US or $700, somewhere thereabouts. But it's a giant SDF-1 from the original Macross, and it measures 65 centimeters long, the fortress ship mode, or 70 centimeters tall when it's in the assault mode. So the super collectors out there, I wonder if you guys are going to try and source 2 of these giant items just so you could be able to display them, one in the ship mode and then one in the fortress or the assault mode. That would be kind of quite an awesome display, but quite an expensive display. But moving on, so probably for me at the Shizuoka Hobby Show, The one item, not Bandai related, finally up for pre-order, and it's finally going to be releasing here within this year, and that is the BMAX 1/12 scale Mazda 787B, which was famous because that was the four-rotor Mazda race car that won the 1991 24 Hours of Le Mans race. So it's quite awesome to see this car finally being released in a giant 1/12 scale. Although because of the scale is quite large, it does have a bit of a higher price to go with it as well. But if you were into race cars, if you were into cars in general, if you like Mazda, Japanese JDM stuff, then this one is for you. This one's going to be really awesome, and I'm really looking forward to this one being released. Of course, this one I do have on pre-order myself. I have to buy this kit. So hopefully it will be released before the end of the year. But as of now, we're expecting it to be released in August, and that is up for pre-order now. And also, speaking of other stuff that we saw at the Shizuoka Hobby Show back in 2025, and I do remember this item was missing from the Tokyo show in 2025, but it was back again at the Shizuoka Hobby Show here in 2026. Pre-orders, and I believe actually it was a bit earlier in this year, 2026, that we started to take pre-orders for one of them. And this is from Kotobukiya. So Kotobukiya back in 2025, they previewed 3 spaceship kits from the interactive game called Star Citizen that were going to be coming out. And since they were missing from the Tokyo show later on in 2025, I kind of wondered what was happening to these, because I saw them at the 2025 Shizuoka show, and then they're missing from the Tokyo show, and I was like, oh god, I hope that doesn't mean they're canceled. I hope they're still on the way. But it turned out they are still in development. They're still on the way. And one of the kits has actually already opened up for pre-orders earlier in the year. That was the 1/100 scale Anvil F8C Lightning. And there's 2 versions of that. There's one that's going to be pre-assembled, and then there's one that's going to be a model kit that you can build and paint yourself. So this is actually going to be releasing, in July, which is next month. So the first of these kits is going to be releasing here quite soon. So I'm really looking forward to the future release of the other 2 kits in this series that they previewed at the booth. So hopefully they will be released this year, maybe into next year. We'll have to see. So we'll have to see if these kits are going to be popular with fans, because I think a lot of Japanese audience are probably looking at these kits and being like, huh? What in the heck are these? I don't know.
You know what's interesting about Star Citizen Pod? It was announced in 2012.
Yes.
And the game still hasn't released.
Well, I mean, you could say it hasn't released, but it's been in like a beta. Yeah. A very nice playable version of beta ever for the last, I don't know how many years, but it's been going for quite some time. Actually, I was one of the early backers for this Star Citizen, because when they first announced this, because the creator of the Star Citizen was the same guy behind the Wing Commander series of computer games, which I terribly loved, especially when I was growing up. So I was really looking forward and really excited for this game. So I did a early backer. I think maybe I backed like $60. I don't remember, but I got some limited edition chip, I believe, when I did my backing. And I have proceeded to do nothing with this. So I'll have to double check, because this is like 14 years ago. Right.
Raised over $1 billion, which is
$1
one of the most expensive
billion. Okay. I'm sure I have an email somewhere buried in my account with my confirmation that I paid for this early backer thing. So hopefully I can still redeem this code at some point when I do eventually start to play it. But all right, so moving on from spaceships, let's talk about some other scale items that fit a more traditional scale mold. And the first one I would like to bring up is from the company Hasegawa. So Hasegawa has been doing a really good job of doing brand new, 100% new tool car kits over the last few years. And the next one that they are going to be releasing is the really super famous, the Toyota Sprinter Torino AE86, the classic. Yes, this is the Panda Torino that you see in the famous anime and manga Initial D. So Hasegawa is coming out with a brand new toolkit of this famous popular car. So I love this car, and I'm really looking forward to this new kit coming out from Hasegawa. Although I know some people are like, another 86, we already have a really nice Ao Shima kit. It's been done kind of quite a lot, but new tool kits are always kind of nice to have, even if it is something that has been done a lot. A lot of people there's always complaints out there on the forums like, oh, we don't need another Spitfire. Oh, we don't need another P-51. But sure, we don't need another P-51 or another Spitfire, but these kits always sell well, is the thing. These are popular items, and a Ao Shima 86 doesn't make any money for Hasegawa. So Hasegawa is going to have their own brand new tool, AE86, and we'll have to see. Another thing I'm hoping forward to is this is going to be the traditional hatchback, the Terreno. So I do hope that because they have a lot of these parts now tooled for this kit, that it's going to be easy for Hasegawa to also at some point bring out a brand new toolkit of the 11, which is like a two-door version, but not the hatchback, with a traditional standard trunk. So there's a lot of different variations, a lot of different versions that they can do with this kit. You'll just have to wait and see what happens. But also moving on to other car kits that are coming out on the way and also already up for pre-order as well. Ao Shima has a brand new toolkit for the famous JZA80 Supra now this is going to be a licensed kit because it was featured in a movie. This is going to be the original first Fast and Furious, or Wild Speed as they call it here in Japan. The orange Supra that Brian drove in that first Fast and Furious movie is going to be receiving a brand new toolkit from Ao Shima, and this kit is already up for pre-order. And one thing I kind of wondered once I saw that Ao Shima was making this kit and making a brand new toolkit, does that mean Ao Shima is going to be also at some point releasing a brand new tool, JZA80, just a stock version of the Supra, based on some of the parts they're making for this Fast and Furious version? And finally, we did have the confirmation of that, and this was shown at the Shizuoka Hobby Show. Now, Ao Shima is kind of doing a bit of a trick here with this version, though, because they're releasing this new tool Supra, the standard plain stock version, in their new 24th scale snap kit line. So I think they're using a number of the same parts, but this one is going to be 100% snap kit type thing. They've done a couple of other 24th scale snap kits, and the 32nd scale snap kits have been doing really well for Ao Shima. They're really easy to build. They're not terribly too expensive, and it kind of fits that really popular market that Gundam has really kind of made really popular. Just something that's pre-colored. You don't have to mess around with painting it. They usually come with stickers as well. Now, when Ao Shima first introduced this line of 32nd scale snap kits, back in the old days of the Gunpla TV on this channel, we built that very first one, which was a Suzuki Hustler, and that was like a good 6-7 years ago at this point. So this line has kind of really grown. Every time you go to the Shizuoka Hobby shows, Ao Shima always has like and the display just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year because they keep releasing new cars in the 32nd scale line of the snap together kit cars, and they just have like a table with like just a ton of these 32nd scale snap kit cars on it, and it looks really cool. Now, another exciting thing actually from Ao Shima at this Shizuoka Hobby Show was, and this is part of that 32nd scale snap together kit line, is they're going to be starting to do some Ferrari kits now. So that's kind of exciting, because that means Ao Shima does have the license now, I guess, to do Ferrari car kits. So hopefully at some point in the future, maybe we will see some more Ferrari car kits coming out from. They had the Enzo, the F40. Fujimi had a number of older Ferrari kits as well, but I don't recall really Ao Shima having any Ferrari. They've done a number of Lamborghini stuff, but not really so much Ferrari stuff. So it'll be interesting to see, will Ao Shima kind of expand and do more of the Ferrari stuff in 24th scale as well down the line? So don't know, but hopefully that could be something that happens here in the future. So some exciting stuff on the way from both Ao Shima and Hasegawa as well. Moving on to one other item that just actually went up for pre-order just last week, I believe it was. And this was something I don't recall seeing at the Shizuoka Hobby Show at all. And this is from the company Trumpeter. I know Trumpeter, some people love them, some people kind of question the accuracy of them, but this is a 72nd scale, so it's a proper scale aircraft kit of the Chinese Air Force, the J-36 prototype. China has been working on a number of Generation 5 stealth aircraft kits not kits, but stealth aircraft for their Air Force. And this was the one that had like that giant triangle shape with the 3 engines in the back. And Trumpeter's doing a kit of this in 30-second scale. So this is kind of exciting to see. I always love to see these kind of wacky looking new stuff coming out in kit form. So thank you, Trumpeter, for making a kit of this in the proper 70-second scale. Now the price on this one was a bit higher for a 70-second scale. But then again, I think when you take into account that this kit, even though it's supposed to be a fighter, if you see the size of it, it actually is kind of quite large. So kind of an interesting looking aircraft, and I will be looking forward to this one being released as well. And this one was something that the pre-orders have already begun for this. Unfortunately, they did not have the plastic for this kit at the Shizuoka Hobby Show, but they did have a sign up saying this is on the way. Border models, now this is kind of a bit of a controversial subject in the aircraft modeling world. They've been doing a lot of aircraft kits in not 1/32nd scale, but 1/35th scale, which is traditional scale for armor models, but not so much of a traditional scale for aircraft models, which kind of makes it a bit of an odd duck in the lineup of scales for aircraft. But if you're trying to make a diorama with 35th scale stuff, because there's a lot of diorama like armor figures and armor kits in 35th scale, so it kind of makes these aircraft kits. The Border Models is going to now be releasing the famous North American P-51D is coming out in 35th scale from Border Models. So that's kind of something that'll be interesting to see come out here in the future. So Tamiya has a really super great kit in 32nd scale. If you're not keen on the 35th scale, then I would recommend you go check out that Tamiya kit in 32nd scale, or even SWS Volks has a great kit as well in 32nd scale. There was one other thing actually I do want to mention, a couple of things actually. Belfine. Belfine has, and it's up for pre-order already, so from the series Blade Runner, the Deckard's blaster, they're calling it a blaster, so you gotta be careful, it's not a gun, it's a blaster. 1/1 scale Deckard's Blaster model kit is up for pre-order already, and that one's going to be releasing here soon. And then also last year, we saw from the video game, another game series kit from Tankhead. They had a really cool looking walking kind of tank kit, and that kit this year we saw at the Shizuoka Hobby Show. It was back. Previously, we only saw it in the standard gray prototype plastic, but now it was in full color. I talked to the guys at the Belfine booth. They did not want to share when exactly this kit is going to be out for order. It could be later this year, or it could be into 2027, but they weren't exactly sure. But the kit should be on the way. And there was another one as well from the Tankhead series that is going to be coming, and that one also was at the show, but it was in like one of those boxes where you couldn't really get a good look on the inside, just kind of see like a shadow outline of the kit. But kind of more exciting stuff coming from Belfine. So I do think I probably should wrap this video up now. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in to watch this video, and hopefully we will be back at some point months down the line when there's some new stuff to actually talk about. And yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in to watch. I hope you are all doing great out there. And remember to like and hit that subscribe button. Besides me, the HobbyLink team has been doing a number of interesting and fun stuff lately with the YouTube channel. So check that out, and we'll see you guys later.